So I want to go over kind of a problem that a lot of people don't talk about, but it's really, really big. And it's the real reason Facebook Marketplace dropshippers struggle to make consistent sales. This is not something I've seen other people talk about. It's something you really have to be aware of. And this might sound strange, but it has nothing to do with not listing enough products, and it has nothing to do with not even listing the correct product. So let's go ahead and talk about this. So it is true that listing a lot of products in your Facebook Marketplace store is important. You don't just want to list 5 or 10 or even 100, and that's that. You want to be consistently listing more products in your store. You want to consistently grow your catalog. And the other thing is, there's a percentage of items that you list in your store that over time, the dropshipping company's not going to carry. They're going to go out of stock. The shipping time might go too long and you won't be able to sell it anymore. So it's like part of this business is consistently getting new products listed in your store. One of the other things is you do want to list the right items. And I've made other videos about this, but you do want to list the correct items in your Facebook Marketplace store. There are just certain items, certain niches, certain categories of items that sell better than others, and you might be surprised by those items. It might not be an item you would ever buy and have shipped, but if the customer wants to buy it and have it shipped to them, we want to let them do that. I sell items all the time in my store that I would never buy without first testing it out, or sitting in it, or experiencing it, or like wanting to look at it, before I bought it. But just because that's how I am, if other people want to buy it, let them buy it. It's not even all those things. One of the main problems is listing the item the right way in your store. So let me just explain this. And this is more advanced. This is not really beginners, but this is kind of for people that are medium and advanced. We need to understand the psychology that someone that is looking at your item is going to go through. They're either scrolling through Facebook or they're typing in, something office chair in the search thing on Facebook Marketplace. You're not the only one that's listing office chairs. I have office chairs in my store. My Facebook Marketplace automation clients, they got office chairs in their stores. My students that are in the paid program have office chairs in their store. So it's like, the first thing you need to do is you need to have a title that is going to get your item ranked at the top and basically beat Facebook's marketplace algorithm so your listing shows up above all the other competitors and everyone else selling it. So knowing how to create the right title is really, really important. Now, once you have the right title and people have found your listing, it doesn't stop there. That person has gotten a little curious. They've become interested in your item, but that's not good enough. We now have to think about our entire listing, the images that we use, the description that we write out. What we put in the description matters. In what order we put it in matters. In my descriptions for my items on Facebook Marketplace, I have certain things that I put towards the end of the description that if I put it at the top of the description would hurt my sales. I know for a fact my sales would go down if I put the things that I put in the bottom of the description at the top of the description. So, wording your descriptions and using the right images in the right order and using as many tags as possible if your listings has tags. All these things matter because just because someone sees your item doesn't mean they're going to buy your item. Just because someone has gotten interested in your item, that in and of itself does not mean they're going to buy it. You have to do things in your listing to get those people to go from curious to interested to increasing that interest to excitement and then handling any objections that they have and getting them to buy it. Have you ever found an item on eBay or Amazon that you were searching, it caught your interest, You might have gone through a few pictures and read the description, but you never bought it. Has that ever happened to you? Well, people are going through that same process on your listing. So you need to know how to manipulate your listing in a way that not only gets a lot of views, because that's something some people just run, some people that don't even know what they're doing, they don't even get a lot of views on their listings. But assuming you're getting a lot of views on your listings, you need to know how to convert those people that view your item to buying it. There is a process that they go through. And this is just like anything else. This is like if I used to sell cars, right? So if someone comes into the car dealership, there's some interest there. Or they wouldn't have gotten in their car and gone to the car dealership knowing that they're probably going to get sold hard, right? Sometimes we don't like to go to the car dealership because we know we might get sold hard. Well, just because they walk in there, that doesn't mean they're going to buy. There's an entire psychological sales process they have to go through to get them to the point where they're ready to buy a $20,000 car, $50,000 vehicle. Now, we're generally selling items for less, so our sales process doesn't have to be as extensive as that, but it still has to be there. Some people are using Z-Drop and they're just copying and pasting items on over with no thought whatsoever, and they're wondering why they're not getting a lot of views. They're not getting a lot of sales. I mean, they might be getting a sale every now and then, but they're not getting consistent sales. They're not making the money they want in your business. How to fix this is when you're creating your listing, think about, I need to delight the customer. I need to create my listing in a way where the customer will have an experience as they go through and view my listing. If you do that, I almost guarantee you, especially if you do it correctly, you will see an instant increase in your sales. You'll see an instant increase in your profits, and you can finally start making the money that you deserve to be making in your Facebook Marketplace dropshipping business.